Hey guys, welcome back. Merry Christmas Eve. It is the 23rd of December. We are trading with our long-term Robinhood account here. Got 100 shares of this Gores holding, which is going to merge with UWH, I think it's called, a mortgage company. And this thing shot up today, 9%. Our average cost is 1089. I got into it for a few reasons. I like mortgage plays. We've got a lot of Rocket also, but also because the premium on this one, at least prior to merger, has been pretty good. If you look at the premium on these calls. So we sold a covered call on this one after we bought it. It's down today, of course, the covered call, but that's just because the stock went up 9%. If it stays below $15 by the 15th, then yeah, we'll just keep our shares and keep on trucking. But if it merges before then, which it probably will, now that I'm kind of understanding this merger, I think it's supposed to happen. Well, actually, it might not. But that's probably why there was so much premium, because they're expecting a huge jump maybe for the merger. At any rate, I can roll this covered call up and then keep the shares if we want, or let it get exercised, because on 100 shares, $5 strike price, that'll be $500. So $500 and then $30 of premium, and yeah, that'll be good either way. This is on the long term though, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to be. I'm trying to be careful not to be trading on this one. So I think I was out of capital at this point on the other account, so I just put it in here. But same deal here with VIRI. VIRI finally came up today. It was up what, 15% at one point. I think this one will probably. I think it'll probably start going. Maybe tomorrow, because if you look at the chart, it's at pop today. I mean, yeah, seems like this is kind of a bottom, pretty good consolidation, and then it just showed some strength here on quite a bit of volume too. So yeah, I think it's not a full-on bullish signal like I like, where the candle opens above the 9 moving average. This one opened, well, it had this big doji tail, so it opened above it, I guess, but it came way down first. So if it's all above it, I'm more bullish, but we'll see. I think this tomorrow this one might go crazy, so in the next week or two, because it definitely had a lot of strength on IPO, and then I don't know why it really sold off, but yeah, I'm going to be holding this and selling covered calls in it, and then probably, I don't know, I might sell out of it totally on this account, because this isn't really one I'm thinking I want long term. There's kind of IPO strategy trading it. Our covered calls on the Rocket, they went up today because Rocket came down a tiny bit. But this one's actually diagonal spread or calendar spread, because I have 100 shares of Rocket, so I'm selling this call on those 100 shares as collateral. But then I have 3 naked calls I bought in it, so I sold one call with one of those calls that I bought as collateral. We'll see how it plays out. I'm not too sure if I did this the right way. It seemed like a fine way to do it. Basically, the call I have is a 26 strike. This shorter term call that I sold is a lower strike. So if it does come up above this by expiration here, I could just roll it up. And worst case scenario, I think I could sell one of these, buy to close this one, and sell one of these. Do it kind of in one order. Yeah, because I have these bought and these sold. So yeah, I could do it in one order. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that when the time comes. ABVI came up today. It looks like it was kind of a rotation out of tech stocks and back into maybe like pre-COVID type stuff. ABV's up. Square went down, kind of tech. Rocket stayed pretty flat. Tesla's kind of bouncing a little bit. Corsair dropped. I don't know if there was news on that or what, but it dropped some more. So if this keeps coming down, I'm definitely going to average down on it. You guys know I'm pretty bullish on Corsair. Didn't really look at the chart. Yeah, it just looks like it's kind of consolidating, cooling off a little bit, which is good. I mean, it can't keep up craziness. All right, so it looks like it's gonna kind of maybe trade in this range right here with this $32, $32.73, $33 being kind of the support. So it might kind of keep coming down here. We'll see if it crosses over. That's like, where's that? It's here, yeah. We'll see if it crosses over the 180 moving average. But yeah, I'll be picking up some more for sure. 37.51 is my average cost, so it's actually pretty high. 37.51. Yeah, so if it comes down here to 32, I'll pick up more. I'd like 100 shares. Covered calls on this thing are pretty nice. Yeah. And then let's see. KO's flat. GIV shot up today. Certainly did. That's what we were just talking about, wasn't it? No, it isn't. We're talking about Rocket. Yeah, so GIV shot up today. Oh yeah, this is what we were talking about. Okay. Yep, so cover calls on that. And then Airbnb kind of flattened out, but it's pretty strong for it not just nosediving really. The last 2 days, let's see, they've been red last day or two, yeah. But that's fine. It's finding kind of a support up in this area, which is nice. If it had support right here at 157 or even 148, I'm happy with that. And I'm still waiting for Morgan Stanley to transfer over my 100 shares of Airbnb to the long term here. VIRI is, yeah, I kind of already told you guys about VIRI. VIRI shot up today too. Man, I'm having like deja vu. This is really weird. Did we just talk about VIRI also? There's another, I have a couple of these like random ones that shouldn't be in my long term, and I'm like, they're blending together. VIRI and then GIV. Yeah, okay. We didn't talk about VIRI though. Yeah, VIRI, oh, we did. Okay. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. So yeah, VIRI came up and there's still no options on that, so I can't sell covered calls. But I thought about jumping into it on the Webull account to kind of swing trade it, but I'm like, I have enough exposure on this already. So we'll see what happens with that. On our Webull, I jumped into space yesterday for a swing trade and it came up. So we jumped in here yesterday, came up 1% or so yesterday, and then today it was up 4 or 5%. So we're up 88 bucks on it. This is kind of a bull flag. I think it's pretty bullish still at this point. So on the daily chart, I wasn't sure if it was going to kind of bounce off the 180 here moving average, or if it was going to cross over. So it might not keep this run going. It might kind of do this little bounce and go down, but I'm not sure. If you look back here, kind of when it hit the top and it started to come down, see how it has these bounces? So it'll kind of bounce off it, and then so we'll see what happens. When I got into it, I was kind of thinking that it found a bottom here and that it'll kind of come up from here, but that might have been too optimistic. It might be doing a little bounce and come down. But since it's a swing trade, we'll try and get out of that with some profit. I did get out of our A3 shares today. Was it C3? C3 AI. Funny actually what this thing did. It was crazy. So during this time in the morning, this thing was kind of just red. It was like 10% down in the morning. And I was kind of trying to follow my rules, like, okay, the red candle has to open and close down below the 9 moving average. And I didn't wait for that candle to finish because it was an hour. I was looking for the hourly, and it was harder. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart, but an hour hasn't gone by, and it's just like these candles are just getting big and red. When it came down here, I was like, all right, it's down 10%. I'm gonna wait for the bounce because I saw on the RSI it's way oversold, so I knew it was gonna bounce some. But then I figured it would continue down, so it did this bounce, and I sold out like right here. Let's see. Yeah, so I sold at 159.43, so I ticked it pretty high there. And I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll get out of it. We sold it for pretty good profit. I don't know how we made, I don't know, $100 and something on it just on these last 2 shares. Yeah, because remember we already made these free, but this is my long term, so I'm not trying to like hold shares long term. But then yeah, day went on, and then I looked at it later, and this thing's up like 5% or something. It just has this huge move. Like, oh my goodness, it literally went from 150 all the way up to 180. That would have been another $60 of gains I could have made on it, on those 2 shares, which is nuts. So So yeah, it's important to stick if you have a strategy of trading, you know, fundamentals, price action, patterns, whatever, to kind of stick to it and not try not to go on emotions. I mean, sometimes you get out and it makes sense and it's the right thing, even if you're kind of early on it. But then other times it's like, well, I should have just waited for, you know, to really confirm it with that hour candle closing, or if you're doing 5-minute or daily or however you're doing it. But just sticking to it so you're consistent. Because this was a huge reversal. I mean, and I've seen this before, but now that I've just done this, yeah, I'll be more patient next time. I was like, I guess it could. I mean, all tech was kind of selling off at that point too, so I guess that's kind of part of the reason. But yeah, I could have, if this was 60, 70 bucks, we could have made more. And it's hard to say then if I would have gotten out up here. Probably not, honestly. So with that strategy and kind of with my exits, I wouldn't have still gotten out probably till about the same price anyways. So and this time it didn't really hurt me too much, just because if I was following that, it would have been the same here. Like I would have seen this green, I would have thought super bullish. This was just like a bear trap or something. But then with this huge red candle, it's like, okay, I don't really know what to do. Like, so it probably would end up the same. I doubt I would have said, all right, I'm gonna get out up here. Anyways, that's C3. And then, yeah, we're still holding space, which I talked to you guys about. That looks pretty good. Waiting for these two to close, Tilray and ABT. The market's still open. We have shares, these shares, so I can change this to a margin with these shares. So I'm just like swing trading shares in this Webull for now. I looked at XL today. This was this I think just merged from a SPAC. It's another EV one, so it got kind of crazy. I saw it right here, thought about getting into it, and then I was like, eh. But this thing's actually showing a lot of strength. It's not just like a big dump. It's still going. So tomorrow, I mean, this one, I don't know. This one could keep going up. It's hard to know, or it could dump. But the biggest reason probably why I didn't was because on my cash balance, I didn't have any settled cash. So since this is a cash account, this is my settled cash right here. This is cash, but it's unsettled. So on cash accounts, you can day trade, but it takes 2 days to settle funds. So when you sell a share, one share, however many shares, you have to wait 2 days until you can trade with those shares again. So on Webull, on most brokerages, even unsettled cash you can trade with, but you can't sell back out of it. So basically with this unsettled cash of 1,300, I can buy shares. But if I try and sell back out before it becomes settled, before 2 days, I get like a strike, a good faith strike or something they call it. So with that one being such a quick volatile stock, I was like, I might not sell out of this thing in the time frame. I might try and get rid of it sooner. Especially since tomorrow is a half day and then the next day it's closed. That'll put it to like, that'll be next week. That'll be the 28th. Who knows where this will be on the 28th. So since I didn't have any settled cash, it seems if I had that 1,200 that was settled, then I could have bought in, I could have bought in here, and then who's to know, like maybe I would have held it. Yeah, because it stayed pretty flat. And then I could have been holding it and just sold out here and just day traded it. And then the money I made on it, once I closed out, it would have been unsettled, but that's fine. Yeah, so that's how basically day trading works with cash accounts. On margin, you don't have that problem because they basically are giving you margin on your unsettled funds. Your funds aren't settled, but the brokerage is allowing you to trade with it as if it were settled. So anyways, yeah, this XL might be a good one. It's hard to know. And then SPE ran up too. Another EV one. This one's merging with ChargePoint, which is like a EV charging station thing. So we'll see on those. I don't know, but the account looks good. I'm happy. We're down a little bit today, but we're still up on the month. And just swing trading shares has been pretty good and pretty fun. I don't know. It's worked out all right. Especially when today was kind of a sell-off, a little bit, wasn't it? I actually didn't really look at like the SPY much. I guess not. It's just stayed flat. On our E-Trade, looking good. AAL, CCL, these kind of had a jump. I think just part of that rotation out of tech, kind of back into pre-COVID. But if you look at the chart on the hourly, at least, CCL, yeah, kind of both of them. This isn't a reversal in my opinion at all. They're both under the 180 moving average. This is just stair stepping down, you know? To me, that's all this is. So if I was really confident in that and I want to get more exposure, I could have averaged down on those, or averaged up. I guess I'm still up on them, but because this is a lower high, these are both lower highs, and these lows. See, that's the thing though. With these lows, they were pretty close, so it might just be starting to consolidate in this range. It might not keep going down, but on AAL, it looks like it'll probably keep going. TCL, it might kind of flatten out and stay flat, but whenever the 9 is below the 180, like I'm more confident in it being bearish, even if, you know, these patterns don't always line up. So yeah, we'll hold on to these for a little bit longer, and then maybe leg into them. I wanted to be up like 50% before I legged into them. Laser kind of sold off today, but yeah. Hopefully it's just kind of settling down and gonna keep going. Yeah, because it was pretty overbought here. We'll see. It's still, the 9's still above the 180, which is good. Yeah, this one might be all right. How much time do we have on that? Yeah, not a whole lot of time if you consider all the holidays and stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to be careful with this account because I'm trying to keep it above 2 grand, kind of trying to just have enough so I can credit spread. So we did get into credit spreads. UVXY and VIX calls didn't do much today. Flat days are bad for these because these decay. If nothing happens, especially, they just lose value. Tesla put up a put credit spread on Tesla, and this thing actually, I could have made more if I waited. It was kind of all over the place. I wasn't sure when I opened it. I was like, oh boy. When did I open it? Yeah, I opened it like here, but then the value of it kind of just swung all over the place because it kind of stayed pretty flat today. And even still, like, it's not a super safe play. Like, this could just be kind of a bear flag / consolidation to go down more. I don't know. I mean, that's probably good. The 9 is just over the 180. These aren't real strong green candles, though. Yeah, I don't know. This one, so it's a 620, 619, so it's got to stay above 620 tomorrow. So it probably will, because that's a pretty big drop. But then again, it is Tesla, and it was at 622 this morning. Look at this swing to 651. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a pretty big swing. Even though it's in the SPY now, it's still pretty volatile. I think it's going to be settling down though, now that it's in the S&P 500. Yeah, space is looking good. Look at this thing, up 5% today. It's showing strength. Yep, this is just what we expected. Nice bull flag consolidation coming back up. I bet this will be green again tomorrow. This is the long term, and yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure to sub up, like up, comment down, make your money happy money, so it'll stick around, and we will see you in the next video. I'm gonna do a wheel strategy account video next. You can hit the notification and check that one out. All right, peace out.